Hello Virgo, Virgo rising, and Virgo moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting November 20th, 2017. And a quick reminder for all of you Virgos out there, remember if you ever want to get a session with me, you do need to go to my website, integrativemysticism.com, or you can just simply follow the links below. Alright, so what is going on with your astrology this week? Well, on Tuesday we have Venus, planet of love and harmony and magnetism in your third house of communications, pacts, and promises, forming a lovely sextile to Pluto in your fifth house of love and romance and relationships with your kids. And those of you who are single and looking may actually find somebody either through the internet, or perhaps even while traveling, or perhaps even through like a training program or a school program or a night class that you're attending, or something that, you know, kind of puts the two of you together. Usually when we have Venus in the third house, a third party, or perhaps, you know, some kind of magnet, or again, some kind of pull together kind of element or influence is going to give you a link to another person that you may actually find quite compelling and attractive. So again, it could be a person, or it could just be a perfect common ground opportunity to bump into somebody or to get a good conversation going. For those of you who are currently coupled, the Venus sextile Pluto energy focuses a little bit more about finally getting some kind of big plan underway that you and your partner have put off for far too long. And we're actually making a very, very strong, very stern rule to finally have this actually become what it's meant to be. This may again be something that the two of you have, been trying to skirt, or maybe you've just been trying to save money for it. Either way, we have a way to expedite this and make up for lost time. So what's going on Friday? And on Friday, we've got Mercury, planet of communications, haste, and speed, in Sagittarius, in your fourth house of home and family, forming a tense square to Chiron, currently in your partnership sector, Pisces, the seventh house, closest one-on-one relationships, boyfriend, girlfriend, BFF, business partner, husband, wife, roommate, all of those people. And there does seem to be a clash going on here. And this does seem to be an old clash coming up yet again, because we didn't fix it right the first time. This could be a fight or an argument between either a relative and a partner, a friend and a roommate, or whatever. And again, we've been here before. And usually with Mercury square to Chiron, though, it's time to finish it. We can actually finish it for good instead of just calling it a night. Now, this may be something that, you've been dreading, or something that's been, always there, some tension in the undercurrent. It does more damage, being the elephant in the room, than any argument would do. Just keep that in mind. So, what is going on with your cards this week? Well, for your spiritual advice, we have the card of revelry and indulgence. So this card is basically saying it's definitely going to be a week where a lot of you Virgo people need to be introducing some enjoyment of the frivolous, enjoying a little bit more of making things lighthearted. Yes, sometimes minimalizing or trivializing some things out there that, you yourself or others in your family or in your group or whatever have been turning into dire situations. The Satyr can indicate a need to pay attention with revelry and indulgence to where morale is also sinking. And it's interesting, you and Leos have got a lot of focus on morale this week. And again, like I said to the Leos, a lot of adult signs, especially the Leos and the Virgos and the Libras, care a lot about morale. This week it's time to bring more morale energy, and to infuse more. Where is morale sinking in our family group, in our home group, in our social group? No matter what the challenge is, if morale is sinking, it's never a sign of good tidings. And the revelry and indulgence of the Satyr is basically saying we can solve the problem and keep morale high. We can actually face the dragon in high spirits this week. So perhaps enjoying a bit of frivolity, or again, focusing a little bit more on maybe focusing on trivializing, even something that could be seen as very serious, is going to be necessary. It just changes our perspective enough to get people motivated, or at least get people less hesitant and less afraid to face a real problem. So what's going on with your Earth sector? Well, with your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we've got the Ace of Swords upright. Beautiful card, because this does indicate permission coming your way. There is either permission or a go-ahead for a lot of you Virgos, whether you are trying to get some kind of favor met, maybe we're trying to take some time off, we're asking for a different pay schedule, maybe ask for a raise, take on some kind of change in our job description, or perhaps make some kind of adjustment to an arrangement or negotiation that we're currently in. The Ace of Swords upright is basically saying this will be spearheaded by another and taken very, very seriously. This could be, again, the green light that a lot of you are looking for, especially if you've been feeling like people were not interested in in cooperating with this, or you perhaps just wrote it off as an impossibility. Maybe that's not so. For your communications this week with air, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, and the others in your life, we've got the Chariot upright. Beautiful card, again, for the communications area, because the Chariot card is talking about somebody singing your praises. When we see the Chariot, we see popularity, okay? And remember, we've got that Venus in your 3rd house. People are working for you, helpful people singing your praises, bringing you opportunities, making you more visible and popular in the best of ways. And the Chariot card is indicating a friend or a relative going out and sort of campaigning on your behalf and coming back with a lot of interest. Whether you're trying to get word of mouth out there for something very important to you, maybe this has to do with a business that you're a part of, you're trying to collect references, maybe you're trying to just simply promote something very important or spread the word about you in whatever way. The Chariot card upright does indicate that the goal, or the quotient, or the quota has been met. And with the Chariot card, you may be also noticing that you're kind of getting top pick, getting first pick of a lot of things. We definitely have Virgos, I think, is even astrologically being the most popular sign this week in all aspects of life. So I want you to make sure that you are not hermiting up and missing out on that window. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Four of Swords reversed. The Four of Swords reversed as a challenge is basically saying, making sure that this week you're not burning the candle at both ends, or trying to get everything done too fast. Be careful of rushing, because it may actually be, something that is not meant to hurry along as fast as we think. Sometimes the Four of Swords reversed, I'll get this and I'll give a warning to a client or something, because, say they have a really, really good reading, but this card shows up as well, and I'll be like, all right, this is going to be great, you can expect it within a month, and they try to make it happen tomorrow. It's premature, it's not ready. And with the Four of Swords reversed, sometimes there can be sort of a little bit too much excitement, and also a drain, possibly on our physical health, or possibly a strain on, a different kind of energy, perhaps a connection or a project we're working on. Be careful of the Four of Swords reversed, because sometimes it can also indicate overworking an issue, or overworking a conversation. We can talk things to death. If you overwork and and bend a piece of steel over and over and over and over and over again, it will eventually snap. We have to be more delicate this week, us Virgos. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Queen of Wands upright. And again, helpful people. The Queen of Wands, for those of you who are single and looking, could show up as a new romantic partner, or somebody trying to actually connect you to a new romantic partner. And this person seems to know the both of you very, very well. The Queen of Wands upright often can show up as somebody who is trying to, again, push your agenda or push your priorities and theirs. There may be some introduction in the offering for you. You could also end up meeting a fire sign very much akin to you in terms of your creative tastes, your artistic tastes, or the things that you do for recreation. A fire sign being an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius, or somebody with those qualities. For those of you who are currently coupled, the Queen of Wands upright could indicate that a partner is suddenly going out of their way to learn a bit more about how to bond with you over what makes you tick this week. And this could actually be an interesting way to bridge two worlds that have been separate for too long. The Queen of Wands can also show up as a wonderful week for love and romance, just because we are finding new ways to be intimate without doing it always the tried and true way, but I'm sure there'll be plenty of that. So that is your horoscope, Virgo. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.